everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Tonight we have Felissa Rose joining us. You might know her from Sleepaway Camp, among many other titles. I looked up your IMDb, and you have 126 acting credits. That's a lot. You've been busy. I know
It's
you
me
got a lot
stalking
more. Yeah. So yeah, like we'll get into that a little bit and talk about what your favorite projects were. Because we don't want to beat a dead horse. We already know a lot about Sleepaway Camp. Like everybody knows you from that. Now, so and you have so much more to your work. So
Thank you, Gina.
So Johnny says hello.
Hi, Johnny. That's awesome. Oh, I love this. I can see it.
Little beer emoji.
That's great. Oh my
Josh
gosh.
Simon says, "Give me some good news. What kind of news would you like to hear? Let us know."
Yeah.
One of our regulars at Mad Monster.
Yay. And we love Mad Monster Party, and I'm super thrilled to be back.
Yeah. No way to come back, right? Rumble Dragon says hello from YouTube. John Lyons says hi.
Hi. I love this.
Frankie Rodriguez, hello from Arizona. Well, you're in for a treat, Frankie, if you come to the show in October.
It's going to be a huge show. Huge. Big show.
Aaron Harris is doing his little. I never know what this really represents, like celebrate or praise. I'm not sure.
Like
raise the roof. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feel free to let me know. I can learn some things about emojis tonight.
Yeah.
Greg, we love you, Felissa.
Hi, Greg. Oh my gosh, I love you. I'm so excited. I sometimes need to.
Wow, got some boobs. Got some boobs coming from Sean. Kimberly says hi.
Hi, Kimberly.
Joseph says hi, Gina. Hi, Felissa from Mesa. So he'll be in Arizona. He's usually one of our stiffs. So you'll see him around.
Awesome.
Levi, Levi from Mad Monster.
I love Levi. Levi, love you. You're amazing.
Mike Perez.
Mike Perez, who is the best friend and manager any person could ever have. He's like the love of my life.
He's a great person. I've only met him briefly, but I already love him. He's got a good energy about him.
And he'll be there. He'll be at the show.
That's so great.
You'll love him. Yes, Mikey is amazing.
Now, how do you say this? Camp Arawak?
Yeah, Camp Arawak. Aaron. Happy place. Is that your happy place? Definitely mine. And I know we do talk about Sleepaway Camp a lot, but the greatest thing about it, Gina, is that I always say it gave me a whole life. So I'm
impressive. 13 years old. Even when I watch it, I had to ask. I know you've probably been asked at 13 years old, getting casted for this role. Did you even understand the full context of what was going on with this character?
In hindsight, I'd like to say yes, I understood, but I think what I really understood after reading the script was that it was about a bunch of fun teenagers going to sleepaway camp, and it seemed, super fun to me. And I met some of the cast and thought, ooh, I can't wait to go. But really, truly understanding the scope of the story, I think I understood better when I saw the movie.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not too familiar with production, but I know that sometimes it's not chronologically filmed. So it's all out of sequence and it's bits and pieces. So you're not even sure how the storyline is adding up or why you're shooting this scene, like the big finale scene, like what's going on here with the character development.
That's in my mind, right.
Me at 13, I wouldn't know. I was very sheltered at 13 years old.
I know. And again, like a child, like 13, you're still really young. It was just my imagination that ran wild. And I didn't really understand because, like you said, it wasn't shot in sequence. So I kind of didn't understand what would appear on the screen ultimately. And so to my surprise, the last scene, I was definitely like, wow, wow. I remember feeling that way. I thought it was cool. Yeah, shocking.
I had it playing at my business today. My business partner never saw it. He'd never heard of it. So he came in like 3/4 of the way in. and I made sure to make him pay attention. I'm like, all right, here's the grand finale. You got to pay attention. And he was like, I don't even know what just happened. That was disturbing. Like, I'm disturbed. I haven't been disturbed like this since, whatever it was years ago. And I'm like, that was the whole point. But
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
reaction. It really is. It's just an image that
Especially in 1982. We filmed it in 82, it came out in 83. It was especially shocking because really up to that point we hadn't seen this kind of story and, especially this ending with such a young person. So,
yeah, this movie definitely tops a lot of lists of gay horror icons, which I want to do a show about that. And Sleepaway Camp always ends up high on that list because it is, it has that sequence with the dads, and then like the whole transgender imagery. So I was like, that's really interesting. I never looked at it from that point. But
I know Angela was really trying to figure out her own her gender identification, her sexual orientation. She was, really in those sequences where you see the young kids, and she was thinking back when she was with Paul, like about all of that. And I think first viewing, you kind of see it and it's like, oh, wow, there's a baseball scene and there's kids running around getting killed. And oh, wow, the ending. Then once you see it for a second time, I think the nuances really come through. It was very provocative and you really feel the homoerotic undertones. And
yeah, isn't it? You can't tell throughout the whole movie because she's just so stoic.
yes, and you don't really know what's going on.
No, you
Until
don't
the
know
last second.
if this is an exception or she's fighting it or what's going on because there's just no emotion most of the movie. So that was really impressive too for someone at 13 years of age to be able to captivate.
And it was hard for me, Gina, because I'm a big mouth with a lot to say.
Like what? How many lines do you think you had total for that whole movie?
I mean, probably 10 lines. And, between takes, I wanted to laugh and sing and jump around and play. And there, Robert was like,
Method.
zip it.
You gotta be in character the whole time.
Like, I'm like, zip it.
Let's catch up with some work. We got a lot of people talking. Kimberly says, watch that movie, Camp. You're so pretty.
You are so beautiful and sweet. Thank you.
Avery Justice War. I'm not sure what. Maybe they're saying hi to other people. They can do that.
Oh yeah, we're tagging people. Yeah.
Daniel Brown. Hello, ladies. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Sean.
Sleepaway Camp.
She. Yeah, that's like the typical response.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also transgender. Feel free to chime in how it made you feel and how that impacted you.
I know. I'd love to speak with you. I love that. I love the community. I love LGBTQ. I mean, I feel incredibly close to the community, and I have a lot of trans friends, and I know there's a lot of discussion about Sleepaway Camp, and I mean, I think Robert was trying to, rather than marginalize, really kind of say, like, she was a killer because people were horrible and rude to her. And the bullying aspect of that film was huge. But being a trans person was amazing to sort of be in a film like represented in that time.
Kimberly, over and over. So much love. So much love.
Gosh, I love you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to Kimberly.
Phil says, love you in The Last Hatchet.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm a huge Adam Green and Hatchet fan. So that was a thrill and a half. I mean,
He also says you are his all-time horror babe.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Gosh. Wow, I'm just going to sit here if you need me on a Friday night, I'll be right here.
Right.
So sweet.
She said, Kimberly, again, I need a friend like you because no one talks to me. That's sad to hear, but you always have a community here. So,
Always. And I love social media, Kimberly. So please, I speak to a lot of people through Facebook Messenger and IG. Send me a message and we will be quick friends. And that just warms my heart, but I don't ever want you to feel alone. That's the thing about the horror community. We are super close knit, right, Gina?
Yes.
We're very connected to one another.
Scott's giving a shout out for Slayer, which I just learned this. I don't know how I didn't know that you directed some Slayer videos. That's pretty awesome. How did that come about?
So I actually produced the 3 videos off the Repentless album. My husband, who is a musician, he's an amazing musician. He was the singer for CKY and now 96 Bitter Beings. He was working with a record label, Nuclear Blast, and they spoke with me because he said, "Oh, my wife's a producer if you need any videos." And so they did speak with me, and I said, "Oh, let's make them into horror movies." And so that's how that story began, and off we went to find a director, and we made these videos that were super fun.
That's so good. I don't know what it's like to make a music video, but I imagine it has to be kind of fun and challenging to get so much content in a short like time frame and to make it make sense with the song or but I miss
Yeah,
watching music videos. Like I'm
I know. And BJ McDonald, who wrote them and directed them, was incredible at really executing those stories, and we cast a lot of our friends, which made it even more exciting. And they were little movies. They were bigger than a lot of the music videos I'd worked on some back in the day, and it was like we took a week to make these videos. They were really huge. So thanks to Nuclear Blast and to BJ, we had a lot of fun.
so much potential for a creative outlet though.
That's so great. Oh, I'm so excited to be at Mad Monster.
Yeah, I know. It feels like forever for me. I was just talking about this the other day because I didn't come out to Charlotte. I had a lot on my plate, and so it feels even longer. And I don't know how it's going to be going back, reintegrating because I've been isolated for 6 months now with minimal contact with people, and everything's so different. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know what the expectations are. We know we're going to have fun. We know that much, but
That's without a doubt.
it
Well, I
just might
actually
be a little
did
different.
a couple of events about 2 or 3 weeks ago in Pennsylvania, and I will just tell you that being with our community again just does your heart, and it's just beautiful energy, and it makes you feel so good. I had the best time. I was at the New Jersey Side Market Horror Show in Pennsylvania, and then I was at the Mahoning Drive-In, and so many people came out, and we were all super safe and masks and sanitizer, and um, I think as long as we're aware of what's going on, we take care of each other and everybody's good.
This is true because it's been going on long enough that everybody should know what they need to do, So, and then Mad Monster, of course, will do their part in making sure that everybody's safe. While we're on the subject, let's give a quick reminder for everybody that Felissa will be doing a first time ever photo op in Arizona Mad Monster Party. Get your tickets while you can. This is something that's never happened before, and you wouldn't want to miss out. Trust me, if you've seen the movie, that surprise ending, this is going to be something big. So just head on over to madmonster.com and check out. It should look like this in the middle. You just click that little link in the middle there. It'll lead you right to the site to buy those tickets for the photo op. And currently, right now, they're listed. It's $70 if you want to get this photo op Saturday 10/10 with Felissa.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's the first time I will actually physically do the last shot from Sleepaway Camp.
And I
So,
can't even in my mind imagine how this is going to go down. Like, I mean, of course, you know the obvious if you watch the movie, but I'm like, how is this going to look? How, like, I know we'll pull off. Mad Monster has the best photo ops in the business, and it'll be spectacular. I know that. I can't wait to
well,
see it.
I will say we have one of the best effects artists coming in to help us, Tom Devlin, who is a very dear friend of mine. I've worked with him on several films. I absolutely love him. He is just a master at his, craft. And he and I have been in touch, and Eben, Magar has been in touch, and we are bringing this to life so it can be something special, unique, and really the first time, one of a kind ever. I can't wait myself
I
because
know.
I haven't done it
We're
since
creating a
1982.
photo op that you did, and it wasn't a legitimate photo op offer for Mad Monster, but you and Mark Patton at the end of our Arizona show with the glove. That was so much fun. So if it's any energy like that, people are definitely going to be in for a treat.
Well, you're definitely going to see this.
Yeah.
So that's the,
I don't know how you do that. Like I can't. I was like, I don't know how she does that, and you just do it. You just you're doing it. Barrel Bounce 2 is giving a bunch of hi. That's actually my business partner. He
Oh,
said,
yay! Hi!
yeah.
Oh my
Like I said, he just got acquainted with your work today. Um,
So awesome.
John here. I recall seeing Sleepaway Camp back in '87, and the thing that unsettled me the most was sound. The sound Angela made at the end, more so than anything else. Still one of my favorites. That's true. That sound with the freeze frames and the stillness and just like the angles and the zoom, and you're like, what is happening? What is like you're processing, but you're also just like, really
Yeah,
effective.
that sound seems to get people. They're always like, ah, that growling. And I
Yeah.
remember standing with the sound person and doing my own growling. And then obviously with the sound design, they layered and made it like, ah, all that crazy creepy. But it was exciting at the time, and I know it certainly stuck with people. So that's good, and we'll have to have some sound going on. Up
Right?
to
Carlos is usually really good about setting the ambiance with
Oh,
whatever
that's
and stuff.
his experiences, they're not even photo ops. They are experiences. You are living, breathing, and drawn into these movie moments in horror that we all love so deeply, and have felt so connected to. So when you go to Mad Monster Party and you actually relive that and you're in it, there's nothing like it. It's extraordinary. So come see us.
Yeah, one way to see for yourself is to buy a ticket and check it out.
Be fun.
Jim Smith, we are live. We are live. Hi, Jim. Yes, we are
Hi,
live.
Jim. We're live.
Daniel Brown wants to know, what does a number 5 mean on your wall back behind you?
Oh, okay. So I have 5 people in my family, myself, my husband, and my 3 amazing children who I love more than anything in the world. So, and I love the number 5. So I just kind of, outside I have a 3, inside I have a 5. So yeah, represents my family.
Are you big into numerology? Like, do you have numbers that you feel like
I
bring
do.
you
Also,
luck?
5 is the month I'm born in. I'm
Wow.
born in May, so 5 has always been a number I love, and May 23rd is my birthday, so I love 23. And I love 96. And it's funny because my husband, 96 is his favorite number, and his band is 96 Bitter Beings, and his big song with CKY is 96 Quite Bitter Beings. And my daughter for lacrosse chose number 96.
Oh, keeping it in the family. That's great.
Yeah, we love numbers. Numbers are good, good sign of things.
I think a lot of people do. I mean, I'm partial to the number 3, like things in threes for me.
Yes.
So it once you know, you just know, and you kind of notice it. You see it everywhere because you're aware. It's like, wow, 3, like it's meant to be. It's kismet.
Do you always see 333? I
Mhm.
always see 333. I
Mhm.
love it.
Like
Yeah.
everything with me is like 3. I'm the three-eyed fox. I have a three-eyed bat tattooed on me. Like I have 3 arrows through a heart on my arm tattooed. Like everything is 3.
I love you. You're the sweetest. I always have so much fun.
3, which is exactly what Levi. Hard to believe it's only 3 weeks away now.
Oh, oh my gosh, 3 weeks? I didn't realize.
So yeah, mark your calendars, set your countdown timers. 3 weeks until Mad Monster goes live.
So we have the that weekend. And my husband Kimberly.
Are you going to make another film? Which is something that we're going to get into because she is busy. If you go to her IMDb, you see all these pre-productions in filming. You have a lot of stuff on your docket, and we'll get into that whenever you're ready.
Yeah, well, I'd love to speak to that. I just got home last night from Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana area, where I am a producer on a film called On Location, which is directed by he's just amazing, Jeff Seaman, and produced by the incredible Hannibal Farrell with a cast that is incredible. I've been posting them on my Instagram, and it's about like 6 friends, and they decide to kind of start a business that takes place where they want to like start tours through famous horror locations. It's called On Location.
Mhm.
But guess what happens? They may have stumbled upon a real life horror. So the writing and the cast and the locations and everything, the way it looks visually on screen is so amazing. I've been flying for the past several days from being there. So look out for that one, On Location. And again, I post all over my Instagram, and you can check out the cast: Hannah Fireman, Cheney Morrow, Elsie Holt, Abby. They're just a great group. So Ronnie, I'm trying to name
So that
everybody.
sounds like creative and original, like, you know, and it seems like it would be a great platform to start something off, like going, because that's what I do every time I go to a state. I try to look up if there's a film location, you know.
That's exactly what this, like, the reason I think this film will resonate with audiences is because it's what we do ordinarily. Like, my husband and I are always like, oh my God, yeah, we're in New York, let's go Amityville, or, whatever horror film we're thinking about when we're in that area. You
Yeah,
can't help yourself. You're like, I want to see this film. It's like we're watching,
but
something.
the running into an actual thing that's going to be fun. It reminds me of a meme I just saw. It's like, ever think about when you're driving through a neighborhood, how many houses have people locked in the basement? And it just kind of sits in the eerie, like you really don't know what's going on inside people's houses.
No. Isn't
Really,
there always that one house on the block where you're like,
yeah, what's going on there? You never see those people, strange behavior. You find yourself becoming a peeping Tom.
yeah, yeah. I'm like,
Um, Bill says, please tell her she means so much to the horror family. She is the face of 80s horror. That is quite the compliment.
oh my gosh, it's like, you touch my heart. It means everything to me. Um, yeah. Oh, this is Jeff, our director. Yeah,
Yeah,
talk about On
let's talk about
Location.
it.
Hi, Jeff. We love you. And the film is amazing. You're our fearless leader. You wrote it, directed it, and it's being brilliantly executed by this marvelous cast. I can't say enough things. I hope everybody follows it on social media. It's wonderful.
Does it have any social medias that people can follow or keep in touch with, or a website or anything like that to stay updated?
Yeah, absolutely. You can check out On Location all over the place. And certainly, like on my IMDb, like you said, has like Terrifier 2 that I did, and the new
That's great.
Stepdaddy that's coming out, and I've been pretty busy, acting in films as well. So,
How was Terrifier 2? Because I'm definitely looking forward to it. I love Damien. I love David Howard Thornton. And one of
don't
my
you
friends,
love them?
yeah, they're so great. They're so great at the show. And it was so funny. Small world. One of my friends who used to work in the business next to mine is selfie guy on set. He was dressed in the movie's costume. He was actually in the film, Rick Straczynski. So like, it's such a small world. I'm like, oh, you're actually in the movie. That's crazy. Like, those guys are great. So I look forward to seeing what your role is in this. And from the trailer, I'm very excited to see Art
It's
the Clown
You know
return.
what? The people like Jeff, who just did On Location, and Damien and Adam Green and Thomas Churchill and all these amazing directors I'm fortunate to work with, they are fans of the genre. So they bring you such, incredible films because it's been their heart, their passion forever.
Mhm.
And Terrifier 2, I know, is really going to just blow everyone's mind because Damien hit it with the first one, and I think this one will just exceed all of those expectations for the part 2. I know just from my being on set for my cameo was like I was, blown away by the talent and the writing and everyone. Fuzz on the Lens, who's producing, they're the best team. So I
Um,
love all of them. I love all these people. They give their heart and soul.
Passion. That's the difference between doing it purely out of passion and
Mm.
people are just doing it for the paycheck. And that the proof is in the results. And Daniel Brown has asked a question similar to what I was going to ask you at some point. Where would you film if you could pick any location? What would you pick, a documented haunted location?
No, I would choose Hawaii. We always say that. My friends and I were like, so if we want to choose a location, we're like, let's go to Hawaii, Aruba, Puerto Rico. Like we are, Greece, Italy. I don't know, somewhere. Um, I'm happy with all the different places I've seen. I've been fortunate to be, all over the United States, and especially doing conventions as well. I get to see a lot of great cities, but I don't know. I think I would like to shoot something on an island. I think that could be both it's very poetic. It could be beautiful and scary, somewhere isolated. So,
I get that.
I'm thinking about directing my own film, and I used to say no, 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 never, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I think right now it says, well, yeah, you don't have any. You have a producer, 29 producer credits and 1 writer credit. So you got to add that to your
I
arsenal,
know, I know. I love
resume
you,
there.
Jeff. Yeah, I have one film
I
coming out on Halloween called Camp Twilight by Tri-Coast Pictures is putting it out, and then Killer Rose is coming out Christmas. So those are 2 movies that I did back to back, which they have great casts. And my movie Screen Test is out playing in drive-in theaters all over Florida right now. So that's fun.
We have drive-in theaters. I live in Florida. How do I not know this?
Oh
I
my
don't
gosh,
get
that's
out.
right. Where are you though? It's in
Orlando.
Orlando?
I live literally 3 miles from Disney, like the back door of Disney. Like,
Oh, I went to Disney while I was filming. My day off, they took me to
oh,
Disney.
that's so fun. That's so
So
great. Next time you're in town, you should let me know.
I know, I didn't know that.
A lot
I
of
would have had you
people.
come to set to hang with me every day.
Yeah, yeah. Next time.
Mhm.
And Jeff just posted the On Location Instagram for everybody. If you're curious and want to stay in touch, at On Location Movie on Instagram will be the way to follow the happenings of that project.
And you can follow the process because that movie they're in production right now until October 3rd. So you can watch, like, it's exciting. I always love watching when movies are being made their day to day, and I put up a lot of stories. And and I'm also doing a movie with someone who a lot of the cast from On Location. We're doing a movie called Time's Up. And it's being produced and it's starred by Damien Mathey, who I love. Damien is amazing. He's from The Strangers, Pray at Night, and Haunt. He's the devil, and the new Wrong Turn. So let's give it up for
Oh,
Damien.
wow. I'll have to definitely put that on my list of
Yes,
things to look out for.
time
Maggie
up.
says, Felissa, wifey.
What's that?
Maggie.
Oh my gosh, Maggie! That's my wifey. Yes, I'm wife number 2, but that's okay. I love my wifey. I'm
Levi
very
says, there is one just a few miles from you, Gina. What are you referring to? Please do let me know if it is a few miles away from me. Is it something fun? Is it something scary?
what Levi just said.
Yeah, Levi just said something's near me, so I need to.
Well, maybe he meant like the Ocala drive-in
No,
theater.
yeah, he is the movie guy, so there might be what? Yeah, I don't know. Because
He must.
Ocala was a big one when I was a kid. I thought it closed, and I know that a city near me was talking about opening.
I think that was it.
No, I'll have to
Thank you
right
so
in.
much. Oh, the drive-in. Yeah, the drive-in.
Yeah, yeah,
Levi in Florida.
yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I think Kathleen she's definitely, if not number 1, she's in my top like 3 favorite characters I've ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, segueing from location, if there was anyone that you would like to work with that you haven't already, that would be on your
Oh,
list.
wow. That's a really good question. Um, there's a lot. There's a lot of directors. Like, obviously, I would love to work with Quentin Tarantino. I'd love to work with Eli Roth. Um, there's a lot of people I'd love to work with. I've never really, although she's a friend, Adrienne Barbeau, I'd love to work with. She's a friend of mine. And I'd love to work with Barbara Crampton again. My friend Richard Spate from Supernatural. There's, friends in the community. I love working with Kane Hodder and
Oh, he's great.
Travis.
I just learned a little Easter egg that I can't wait to ask him when I see him, because I'm trying to find him in this Seinfeld episode, because he did like
I
an
love
appearance, and I was like scouring, and I'm like, I think I found him. I'm not quite sure. This was in the 90s. He would look about the same as he did when in House 2.
That's right.
He was in the gorilla
Didn't he
suit.
have, like, the little
He had the little mullet, like dark
mullet
hair.
little
Yeah.
mullet hair?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love him.
I had just learned that. It's like, "What?" I watch Seinfeld to fall asleep every night. I can't tell you
Yeah.
how many times I've watched the series in its entirety and never knew this fact. So I was like, "I have to find him."
And
'Cause
it
he's
was
in
such
so
a
many.
profound story he told because, there was a lot that was going on and he it really meant a lot to him. I love Kane on our podcast. Shameless plug. We have a podcast called Casualty Friday, and we're coming back for a new season with Tiffany Shepis. And Kane tells these amazing stories that blow us away. We're like, wow,
Yeah,
we did not know that about you, from
he's a great
time.
story.
Great storyteller, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. Just like Sid Haig. Sid Haig has so many stories to tell and so much information that you're just like, your mind is blown.
Yeah.
Then Kate starts up with it too, and I'm like, "Oh, you too? Like, you guys are just so entertaining. Like, I get to hear and listen to you guys. You guys should have a show." So it's great that he's doing this with you because now he has a platform to share all of these experiences because they need to be shared. People would
They
love.
really do. I know, and he has like, the biggest heart. He's such a beautiful person. I've gotten so close with him, and I feel like we really love our podcast because we feel like we could breathe and finally like just let it all out. It's completely live. We never edit and everybody knows that because it's so raw,
But
but
that's great. We need more of that.
it's great. I call it like we take the masks off.
Pretty
We
much. Like, everything's so over edited, so
Oh, I don't like that.
so
Nothing
synthetic.
None of
Like,
it is edited. It's like we just did a live one a couple of weeks ago, and it's exactly the way it sounds when we're in the studio, just
mhm.
getting the season done. And whatever comes up, comes up. So,
Maggie has a
hi
question.
Maggie.
Alyssa, for Nuns, do you want to see a sequel for that, or perhaps a more in-depth look at the Nun?
Oh, I would love, anytime I get to work with Tommy Faircloth, who's another writer director I'm obsessed with and would do anything for. He wrote and directed Mark Patton and I in Family Possessions, and then I did A Nun's Curse with him. I think that would be really fun to do a sequel, and you kind of hear the story about her. It's like sometimes I watch movies and I'm like, I want to know about that particular character. Like going back to Sleepaway Camp, I think there needs to be a prequel all about Aunt Martha.
She was a character. Every time I watch, I'm like, she is just a character in herself. Like, and her backstory would be great to know because she hints that she's a doctor. What kind of doctor? Why did her husband leave her?
What is her story?
Yeah, like,
Why is she that crazy woman that she is? Some people say she's the real monster of the movie. With the
yeah,
way.
she's like
So
Dr. Frankenstein, and Angela is just Frankenstein's monster, and for all intents and purposes,
yeah,
like,
she's just trying to like manipulate us, and
mhm.
she's
But over
definitely.
the top, just over the top with the characters. So, and as I was rewatching it in my mind, I kept like, what is this lady's story? What is up with this family? Is the whole family like this?
I want there to be a prequel all about Aunt Martha.
You of all people, you should be able to have that. That
I would
that,
love it. We'll see. I've been saying it for a long time. It's coming up on 40 years, so maybe we need something to come out, you know?
that for Aunt
It's
Martha.
at Aunt Martha, yes. That would be super cool. And it could be a standalone movie because it could just be almost like, I mean, one of my favorite movies is Misery. I'm obsessed with Misery. I'm obsessed with Kathy Bates, but it's sort of like a female driven film about this woman and what really took place and what happened to, why did she make the choices she did? What happened? So we'll see. I'll have to get on that.
That's great. We need more original stuff. Instead of reboots and remakes, it'd be great to see some original content.
Yeah.
And speaking of Misery, what did you think of Castle Rock? Did you watch any of that?
I have not. I'm sad to say I have not.
It covers
Do you love
Misery.
do you love it?
Yeah. The casting was great. It kind of like that season touches upon Salem's Lot and Misery, like together. But the first one's like Shawshank Redemption, a little bit of The Shining.
Missing out. I know. I have to see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That time of year. I mean, you're so busy, so I get it, but maybe like save it on a device and watch it while you're on a plane or something.
Yeah. This is me on a plane.
Yeah.
I am completely knocked out. We land and they're like pushing me.
I used to be that way. As soon as I would take off, like I was in the Air Force, and my first job my recruiter wanted me to do was to be a crew chief, which would require me to fly a lot. And I said, I don't know if you want me doing that because as soon as I hit 30,000 feet, I'm out. Like it doesn't matter if I slept all night or I slept all the way, no lie, from BWI to Saudi Arabia, slept through my meals, everything. And that's like a 15, 16-hour flight. I
Are
was just
you serious?
yeah, I was I
Did you take melatonin or anything to
no, it was just like the pressure and the sound, I guess, and it was just like out. And then I woke up and they're like, "Wake up, we're landing." Like, what? You mean like
You're like,
you
what? I didn't get my
yeah,
pretzel.
you didn't wake me up for the meal? Like
First of all, I want to say thank you. You are amazing. Every time I'm around you, I feel like I just love you and feel inspired, and you're
feelings are mutual.
you're really incredible.
And
You're
you have
really
good people. You always have you like you are who you surround yourself with. I'm very
I
selective
love
with
you.
the people I let into my circle because I just don't like drama and I don't like that kind of energy. So
I'm
I
with you. I always say I exit stage left
Mhm.
when I see it coming. I'm like,
Yeah, I do the Irish goodbye. I'm like gone. Like no one even you didn't even say bye. I'm like, nope, I'm out. Like
yeah, it's not
uh,
worth it. It's ugly. I don't like it. It feels bad. I just want good. I want to laugh and dance and sing.
yes, life is too short to take it that.
Way too short.
Um, Daniel's, I guess, agreeing with your misery.
Ah, Daniel, do you love it?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Daniel?
Yeah, we
Jim said
want to get
Evil 2
Evil
is the
Dead.
best.
Evil 2. Evil Dead 2.
So what is your in your catalog of works, like what are your top 3 favorite projects that you've worked on?
That I've worked on?
Mhm.
Um, it's hard because I always liken it to people asking me, if they ask me which child I like best. Uh,
Mm, mm.
because they're all my babies and I'm incredibly in love with each one, and every experience has been not good. I've had just marvelous adventures. But for reasons just personal to myself, like I always bring up Victor Crowley because I was crazy about, the Hatchet series and Adam Green. So to be in that universe and to have worked on that film was like a dream come true. So that sets it, it puts it sort of in a different place. Obviously, Return to Sleepaway Camp because I was then an adult portraying Angela all over again. So those are sentimental reasons, and Camp Dread is another film I did with Harrison Smith, and I had done a bunch, but not tons and tons. And then I had babies, so I was out of, the film scene for a long time. And Harrison wrote, he said he wrote the part for me and brought me in. And so that also has like a lot of kind of heavy heart, feelings around it.
Yeah.
And it was with Danielle Harris and Eric Roberts, and I have great respect for those two
Oh,
actors.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they're
That's
all marvelous. And I love a lot that's coming out, and Scream Test is a favorite. I love the character.
those are all great answers. I mean, there's always reasons why you love certain projects. I mean, you don't love them all equally, but some just stand out more than others, whether it's your
Yeah,
experience, if you learn something, or the people you met and still have in your life from those jobs.
exactly. And sometimes I'm on set for like a month or two. So it really kind of penetrates your system, as opposed to like sometimes I've done cameos and I just walk in and I walk out. And even though it's so great and I'm so thankful, it may not have, it kind of is a different experience though. But I'm grateful and happy with all of them. And I certainly feel lucky to be a part of any project.
Well, I mean, you work hard for it, so there's no denying that.
It's
And my
long
favorite film of yours is Garlic and Gunpowder. I
way.
remember when we were making it.
Maggie's been watching. She's keeping tabs on me.
How did you like getting to
Um,
be such an over the top queen pin boss?
oh my gosh, getting into that character, I play Ma, who's a 300-pound mob boss. She was actually a real woman.
You're
I
300.
I play Ma, and she's Harrison Smith's friend's mom. So he had a very specific vision. And at first they really didn't want me to play it. And I begged and begged and begged because I love character work. And especially, being an older woman, like you want to put yourself in different roles. And so I had to get into this elaborate suit and had this big braid and red nails. And she has a cigar the whole movie. And she's like this. So it was really fun to play that character, and yeah, it was very different.
Harrison's great.
I love you, wifey.
I was actually just watching a 4-hour making of Rob Zombie Halloween and how they all put it together. And yeah, how they casted everybody and stuff. It's very interesting.
Isn't it interesting?
Just everything that goes into it that people have no idea, like the meticulousness of getting everything right, that view that you have in your head, from building the little structures to get the lighting right before you have to stage. It's so intense. Like
They are. They're
as
very
an
fun.
artist, I love seeing that stuff because it's just it's so inspiring.
It's beautiful work. A lot of artistic.
That cigar got so bad. Lee and I were dying.
I know that cigar. Oh, it was so nasty. Every day I was puffing on this thing, and it was so. It was gross.
Oh, I bet I couldn't. I mean, that's dedication right there.
Oh, I was like,
You taking it,
so
you doing it for the job. I just showed my wife the last scene of Sleepaway Camp for the first. I feel like this is a thing. I feel like this is a thing that you do to someone that has somehow evaded the 80s and didn't see this film, and now you show them. You're like, watch this, and you don't say anything. I feel like this could be a great reaction video series. Maybe you can hashtag reaction Sleepaway Camp just to see what everybody's reactions are. I think that would be great because
I love people who say they haven't seen it. My first question is, because obviously with the internet and with the amazing kill counts by James A. Janice, we learn a lot about the films, which we're so grateful for. But I'll say, do you know the ending? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh my God, come back to me. Talk to me.
Can you please say hi to my wife, Jamie, please? Just showed her the last scene of Sleepaway. New fan. Say hi to your new fan.
Absolutely. Hi, Jamie. Hi. Hi, Bill. Hi, Jamie. Jamie, I'm so sorry. So very sorry.
And this is another reminder for everybody that's still in tune and didn't catch the first plug. We will be doing the photo op with Felissa Rose, first ever final scene. If you haven't watched the movie, you have 3 weeks to watch it and then come and get this once in a lifetime opportunity.
It's going to be super fun. I promise we're going to have a blast. I love being with everyone. And I know these experiences are just, they're once in a lifetime.
I know you made our Jason photo op amazing. You had so much fun. You look like you were having fun the whole time. How many hours did you dress up as a camp counselor?
We still wear those shirts. We are my husband's. He put it on his Facebook. My husband is a no bullshit kind of a guy. He speaks, from his mouth. Like he just says it. His favorite experience, one of the greatest weekends of his life was Mad Monster Party. He just posted that on his Facebook.
Oh, that's so great.
He said, I can't believe I'm getting to, because he's coming with me again. He's signing, Darren Miller. Mm-hmm. He said he's getting to relive one of his favorite experiences he's ever had coming back to Mad Monster Party. He never comes with me to any shows. This is his favorite one. And when I told him, yes, Edmund said, you're invited as a guest, he was like, oh my God. So yeah, it is really an amazing connection. I didn't see Sleepaway Camp until after I first met you. That's right, after 2 years ago.
Was this in Arizona when you had your birthday with us?
Yes. I don't know. We did it twice there. So 2 years ago was not. We were there, I think, 3 years ago.
Was that 3 years ago?
We did the camp counselor experience.
Wow. time is a construct right now. It doesn't make any sense with everything going on. So, but that was a great time and very memorable experience for sure. And I'm glad to hear that Darren enjoyed it thoroughly.
I know. I want to come down and say hi. Darren! He's right upstairs.
Fun fact, when I was in the military, this is when I first got into watching CKY videos with the half the cast of Jackass and all the music on it. And so I listened to a lot of that while I was in the Air Force, when I was in base and when I was in Saudi Arabia. So it's really, really funny that, now he's in your life and you're in my life. And
I know. And we're all together coming up in Arizona. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
He's so excited. He is just over the moon. Like I haven't seen him this happy in a long time. He's really excited. So.
You guys talking about Jay? Yes, we were. We were talking about a photo op that we did for Mad Monster, where Kane Hodder dressed up not only as one but 3 different versions of Jason. Part 2, 8-bit, and Savini. If you played the latest Friday 13th the game.
Yeah, which is my husband's favorite game. Sorry for the dogs. They just Darren, come and say hi quickly. This is the Mad Monster. Oh, Grace. Say hi to Gina.
Hello, Gina. How are you?
Good to see you. It's been a few years. We're trying to figure out the last time.
We're back to Mad Monster.
Yeah. So you play Friday 13th on what console?
Xbox.
Ah, dang. Like me and PlayStation.
I had the disc, but I bought it from the Xbox store, I guess. It's not a disc anymore.
Oh, yeah. We're
playing all night. I hear him.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm actually going to be playing with Evan tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. On Xbox?
On PlayStation, unfortunately. You'd probably already be playing with us if we knew that.
Yeah.
We just had the voice actor for Vanessa on the show.
Oh,
great. Noveen, she's great. We had her say, I was like, I play you all the time. You're my favorite counselor.
Who do you play? Who do you play a lot?
I don't know their names. The only one I know is Chad, like the preppy blonde.
Yeah, the one everybody hates on. Like
yeah. But I don't know their names.
Melissa is the black girl that runs like.
Oh, Melissa is based off of the Part 7 girl, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah, if I remember correctly. But she did a great job voice acting for her. She's also the voice for E. If you ever watch E Network, she's the one only on E. She does that.
What a great voice! Wow.
No, I was like, I'm so jealous.
I hear that because I watch E. So.
Yeah. So you'll hear her in between commercials like Kardashians at 9 only on E. Like that's her thing. That's what
you'll hear that. I won't.
but I was telling you how you can't wait to be at Mad Monster.
No, I can't. I posted it and
you're not really in.
Yeah, no. You're kind of. Yeah, see, he's having.
It's like hard to figure out which way you gotta go.
It was longer, I think, from the last time I saw you.
Oh yeah, no, I've been not cutting it.
Quarantine or?
I get it.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
His favorite weekend, I think, of his whole life is Mad Monster.
Yeah. I posted it and it's been getting a lot of attention.
Oh, thank you. We always enjoy and appreciate any support. So it'll be a great one.
Will you do the Angela experience?
Mm-hmm.
The photo op together. That should be a fun one.
I'll probably have to pay for
it. No comment. Not my department.
Oh my God.
Like I was just telling Felissa, I actually listened to CKY. When I first got into CKY, I was in the Air Force, like in 2000.
Oh, yeah.
When I was like Jackass was just taking off, and I watched that religiously, the CKY videos, all the boys. So it was just, that was what got me through those times. It was so.
I hear that a lot. That's funny.
That's amazing. That is really amazing.
And it's been so long, and that's what makes it even stranger.
But you know what? I feel like thank you for that, because it inspires, I think I can speak for myself, and I know I can speak for Darren too. Like, you're inspired when you feel like you're connecting with people and it touches people in any way. We had this conversation, he and I, like, it makes you want to do your work, do your art,
I mean, sure, like a bunch of airmen in a car, like we're like extreme drive, like reenacting some of the things, not as dangerously, listening to CKY. I feel my friends doing the milk challenge, which I knew. I'm like, you can't do that. It's not physically possible to chug a gallon of milk in
No.
one second. There's no way you can do it, and they didn't do it.
No. And a lot of people have been recreating all those pranks ever since on YouTube. So
That is like you guys were doing it like that. That whole group was doing it before anybody knew it would be a thing again. And these kids doing it now, it's like you have no idea. Like
I know.
you have no idea.
I'm gonna get some water and play drums, but it's good to see you.
Oh, you're gonna play drums, so we're gonna get a concert.
Well, I'm gonna wait until
my drummer.
I haven't drummed in years, but I was a drummer too, so I totally get it. It's the most obnoxious instrument to have if you have neighbors. Like I am so conscious about it. I never practice because I know, like every time I think I want to do it or get inspired, I'm like, it's not the time. It's either too late or it's too early or things like that.
He doesn't. He said it's always inconsiderate, but he'll do it. He's gonna go do it now.
I have the rock band, and I'm thinking the tet. Like my neighbors probably like, what is going on over there? Because I live in a condo, so I'm like surrounded on both sides.
The other day there was a marching band playing till 1 in the morning.
He said there was a marching band the other day.
Till 1 in the morning, so I don't feel bad.
Well, I don't hear anything. Again, I'd be like, I'm like my character in Victor Crowley, who sleeps through anything. I really am. Like, I never. The other day, like my one of the actresses was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like we were sharing an Airbnb. I was blow drying my hair. I'm like, I didn't hear anything. Like.
Because my first trip to Arizona Mad Monster Party, I got the surprise photo of you two in the Friday the 13th photo op experience. So freaking awesome.
We begged, like
you became part of the experience, basically. Convincing.
I was so happy for him because he just loves it. He doesn't get to many conventions, and it's really his favorite place.
This is a great question. How did you get started in acting? Since you started so early, was this your idea or were you?
No. I still wonder if it's my idea. When I was little, like 2 or 3 years old, I really was very vocal about wanting to just take dance class and singing. I wanted to be a musical theater actress, but my mom was like a very big stage mother, and she decided I should do it like professionally. So she not only had me get a real manager, but she sent me out on these auditions, and my first audition was Sleepaway Camp.
And you got it. How about that?
So I guess it was sort of meant to be. I always say, like, if you're going with your flow and you just kind of like,
Casting was great too, because the boy who played your cousin, you guys look like you could be related in real life.
Yeah, Jonathan Kirsten, who's still one of my closest friends. We talk all the time. And
is he still in the business, or did he move on and do other things?
Yeah, I would say again, it gave me a life. Darren was the biggest, lover of that movie, and I'm still so close with the cast.
That's great. Didn't you guys have like a reunion of sorts at one show?
There were a couple. There haven't been many. I wasn't at that one. They had most of the cast, but I was pregnant, and we actually all Zoomed together, like 7 of us, over the quarantine, and they're my family. It's like, in fact, we're on a text thread, and we're all trying to.
That's great.
We're going to do Scripts Gone Wild on October 14th, and we're reading Sleepaway Camp.
I was just going to say, so many casts are getting back together to reread scripts for people, and it seems to be something that people love to see. So that's good to know. So like definitely keep us informed on your social.
I will. I'll post about that, like I post about every step I take.
This is a great question too from Maggie. What films have you watched that have been getting you through this year, if you even had time? Because it seems like you haven't even stopped.
Well, I love true crime docs. That's like my big. I love like the staircase.
Have you been watching I'll Be Gone in the Dark?
Which one is it?
I'll Be Gone in the Dark, I think it's called.
That sounds terrifying.
It was based on the podcast and the book that was just released by Patton Oswalt's wife. So it's really good in dialogue.
I did hear about it.
It's so good. If you're into that, then you should check it out. I think it should have already. It's being released weekly on HBO. But it's so good because I never even heard
watch it tonight.
Like I'm like, how did I not hear about this killer? He had so many names: the original Night Stalker, the Golden State Killer. Like he had so many names. He had gotten away with so many. I think 40 murders, maybe 12 rapes or something.
How did you go to?
Yeah, you're gonna love it. You should definitely check it out.
That's my jam. Like, I'll never really watch TV series. I don't know why. Maybe my attention span isn't great. Give me a really, and I love um anything that's true. That's
Yeah,
nonfiction. So give me a good true crime doc. And I watched the whole thing. Like I watched Lorena Bobbitt, that one,
yeah.
which was interesting because it was really her perspective, and we
Mhm.
kind of took it for face value that she was, did what she did, and ooh, she's crazy. But the whole lot that went on.
There's always
And
2 sides to the story.
what's that?
There's always 2 sides to a story. So it's always great to get the other person's perspective and why they did it, what brought them to that point to do what they did. So
I
that
love that.
so that those are great too. Amanda, Felissa, you were the first celeb I met at my first con ever 6 years ago.
Oh,
Never
Amanda, I'm so happy. That
Mhm.
makes me really excited to get back into it because I miss meeting everyone and hearing how much they love horror and all of the stories that that transpire. I mean, it's incredible what happens at conventions.
Yeah, I mean, people get inspired or just, you're making people, like, dreams come true essentially, as corny as that might sound, but
Oh my
it's
gosh, it happens to me all the time because ultimately I'm a huge fan, but I
mhm.
get to meet, like, that's how I met Adam Green, was at a Rock and Shock, or I met Kane Hodder at a convention, and every time I meet him, I'm like,
I was gonna ask, do you ever get starstruck? Because I love when I see other celebrities get starstruck over other ones. I'm like, they're people too. It's not just us.
I'm the worst because I can't hide any of my emotion, and I'm a big, lunatic. So I just practically jump into the arms of the person, and I'm like, I love you, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah,
Mhm. But yeah, definitely watch that series and let me know.
I
I know
will.
I know you have to be somewhere. Well, one more time for the people that might have tuned in after. Felissa will be at Mad Monster in Arizona. Check it out here in the bottom, madmonster.com. First time ever, right here.
Photo op, yes.
Surprise ending photo op. And if you haven't watched the movie, do yourselves a favor and watch it. You can watch it for free on IMDb through
Yes,
Amazon Prime.
yes,
Uh, there's no excuses. So right here, you go to madmonster.com, go to that middle area, click here to purchase discounted advance ticket and photo ops. Go there, and you should find the photo ops, and it'll look something like this. Please keep in mind it's an 18 and over photo op. I don't think we've ever had one before, but this merits it. If you've seen the movie, you'll understand why.
is this the first? That's pretty
I think so.
amazing.
I could be wrong, but I think so. I don't think we've done a photo op that was only for mature adults.
There's a reason.
There's
Yeah,
a reason.
absolutely. And I just want to say, like, I'm so excited for everyone who loves this convention and who's coming to, just to see all of the incredible vendors and the guests and the parties, because we haven't been together, and I know it will be super safe. We'll take care of each other, and let's just have a really good time. We deserve it.
So before we go, anything else you'd like to bring up? What you want to promote? This is your time to do some shameless plugs. I'll be doing one myself here in a minute. So fire away.
Just, check out the On Location social media. Check out Terrifier 2.
When does that come out?
Again, I'm on, what's that?
When does Terrifier 2 get released? Do you know? Halloween?
I don't know. Damien's working on it right now, so he'll definitely, you can check out his social media. I'm always posting, especially on Twitter and Instagram, about everything that's going on. Again, Time's Up is the film I'm so passionate about, and we have a campaign going. So you can check that out. It's on my Facebook page and all over the place. I'm super enthusiastic. That's going to be one of the greatest films coming. So thank you for having me.
Exciting, yeah. And then I'll do my own. I have a shop. If you like art, if you like horror, that's the place to go. It's called Shop of Horrors. And I do basically white pencil drawings printed on mustard paper that look like little tin type metal prints of all of the popular characters. And I guess I should have to do one of you.
Oh
And I'll
my
send one
gosh,
out to
they're
you.
magnificent.
You see 'em?
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, I love how, like, when they print out, they look metallic. It doesn't look white. It just looks like metal, like etched metal.
You're
So
amazing.
I'll do one of you, and I'll hit you up, and I'll send you one.
I need to go to your shop. So it's Shop of Horrors.
the cartel. Yeah.
Okay,
You
thank
see the link on my Instagram as well in the bio. So yeah, I just try to I do them like one a day. It's just what I do with my bedtime ritual. I'll do one, I'll post it. It's what got me through quarantine basically, because quarantine was rough. Like I couldn't even focus on quarantine itself because right before everything shut down, my dog died out of nowhere. So I was like processing that. And then so I was like, now I live alone. I don't even have my dog. I have to occupy all this downtime. So I got really survival mode. Like, gotta keep busy, gotta keep the gears turning. So I just
Are
started.
you okay? Are you all right?
I think so. I mean, I compartmentalize, and maybe that's the military, like, push it down, keep on moving kind of thing. I still have brief bursts. I think this affected me more than being in theater. I'm a combat vet. I was in war. This affected me more than that did. Like, I couldn't even care about the coronavirus because I was so preoccupied with that. So all these drawings kind of were like the fruits of my labor, just me pumping them out. Like,
Wow, you are so talented and
thank
so incredible just all around. I mean,
I
thank
try.
you for all that you've done and all that you do. Thank you.
Anytime, anytime. Well, I had fun talking with you, and if you have time, like I said, I'd love to do a gay horror icon show, and I would love to have Mark Patton do it too. I think you two make a great show. Like I
Let's
love
do it. Let's do it, please.
Yeah, so we'll be in touch with working with your schedule and see when it would best fit both yours and Mark's, if that's possible. That's just one
Thank
of my
you. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was a great show, very interactive. Loved all the comments.
Thank
And
you to everyone who was involved with us. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
just want to say you're an absolute sweetheart. I love listening to you, Tiffany Kane, on Casually Friday. So you got a Casually Friday fan.
Thank you. We had so much fun. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Well, take care.
Have a great night. I can't wait to see you.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Love. So grateful to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See
Bye.
everyone soon. Bye.